Welcome to Winging It. We're playing Arkham Horror the card game today. This is Return to the Heart of the Elders, Part A, with Jacqueline and Winifred. If you look in the links below, you can see a deck upgrade video, but I will just quickly show you an overview of their decks. Here is Winifred and Jacqueline. And before we draw up opening hands, we had the option to put the Expedition Journal into play. So we did that. And because we had the map, we got to go ahead and put this Overgrown Ruins into play. Now we'll draw up opening hands and we'll take a look at things. We have 5 cards for Wini. Obviously, lockpicks, lucky cigarette case, what we're looking for. We'll keep the Gregory Gry. The lucky cigarette case, we don't need the 3 aces, the sneak by, the sneak attack, so keep those. Put these 3 cards back and we'll draw, and we get quick thinking, manual dexterity, helpful for drawing cards, and a backstab, just a regular level 0 backstab. So we didn't get the lockpicks, which makes us slightly sad. But I guess we can get Gregory Gry and lucky cigarette case into play, and then just hope we find an agility test somewhere. Okay, and then Jacqueline, she gets weakness. We get to replace that immediately. So we have the read the signs, good for getting clues right away. We'll probably keep that. Guts for drawing more cards. Spectral Razor for fighting. Shriveling for fighting. We'll probably keep the Shriveling and get rid of the Spectral Razor, since we've got kind of enemy solutions. There's not like a lot of enemy stuff going on. We really want to get either an Arcane Initiate to get a cluing spell or get a cluing spell. So we'll draw another card. Okay, we get Ritual Candles. Okay, so let's look at the agenda, which is the jungle's heart. You are deep in the jungle now, surrounded on all sides by the uncharted wilderness. All around you, the rainforest sings, its lyric found in every chirping insect, every snapping tree branch, every serpent's hiss. And we have an action to explore. Draw the top card of the exploration deck and move to it if it's connecting location. There are no treacheries in the Explorer deck because of the return version. We put them in whenever we we get a successful Explorer. Okay, and then we get a familiar pattern. 6 stone pillars surround the entrance to the cavern, each carved with a series of uncanny grooves and hieroglyphs that come from an intricate pattern. Touching them causes the grooves to grow brightly, and twisting them causes the patterns to shift and change. Perhaps these patterns match the glyphs found in other regions of the rainforest. Objective: when the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately spend them in advance. So that's a change here from the original version. You could kind of hold on to them. So we're looking at a 4 clue threshold here. Okay, we have the Mouth of Kenyon, which we have 4 pillars on it. That's part of the setup instructions. Okay, and we have an action to resign. Let's make camp and solve this puzzle tomorrow. Or, another option, you can take an action to check your supplies. If you have a compass, which Jacqueline does, look at the top 3 cards of the exploration deck. Place 1 on the bottom and the other 2 on top in any order. And the return version allows you to do that from any location. Okay, and then because of the map, we got to put in this Overgrown Ruins. It is a 5-shroud 2 clue with a victory point 2. After you enter the Overgrown Ruins, if you are poisoned, you lose all remaining actions and end your turn. Right now, neither of them are poisoned. Alright, so let's get started. So I think Wini is just going to play Lucky Cigarette Case, play Gregory Gry, and then move into the Overgrown Ruins. And she has enough resources to do that, so we'll just spend 5 of her resources here. Oh, I didn't put my action trackers out. Let's do that. Okay, so Wini will spend 5 resources. For 2 actions. Play the Lucky Cigarette Case and Gregory Gry. And he gets 6 resources on him. Last action, she will move to the overgrown ruins, and then she can use the free action on the expedition journal to explore, which we'll do. Let's see what we get here. We get Serpent's Haven does not connect. Time-racked Woods does not connect. The River Canyon does not connect. And the Cloud Forest does connect. The Cloud Forest is Victory Point 1, 3 Shroud, 4 Clues, Forced. When an enemy at Cloud Forest would be dealt any amount of damage, check your supplies. If no investigator at Cloud Forest has torches, cancel that damage. And let's get a Treachery in here. Alright, so that's her turn. Alright, Jackie is going to, we can get the overgrown ruins on the way back. Maybe we just go to Cloud Forest and be happy. Move, play Arbitrary Fates. Seems pretty strong, so yeah. She will move and, well, wait, maybe we go ahead just so we can use her ability on the overgrown ruins. Let's see, if we spent 2 on Read the Signs, we will be at 5, 6, 7, 8 to be 5. That seems okay, yeah. So we'll use her ability, second action. We'll spend 2 resources to play Read the Signs. We're drawing 3 tokens, resolving 1. We are at 8d5. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, let's take a look at these. I think we can just resolve the skull because the elder things are bad. Let's see. Skull is -1 because we're not at the cave location. Yeah, we would pass on any of this. We'll take the skull. We get the 2 clues. I think, yeah, we'll go ahead and move into Wini's location, just in case we need to use our ability. I do want to play the Arbiter of Fates. Wini draws Sneak Attack and a resource. Jacqueline draws Robes of Endless Night and a resource. We are at 1 doom. Wini's encounter card is Poisonous Spores. Revelation attached to your location. Forced, at the end of the round, each investigator at the attached location who is poisoned takes 2 horror. Each investigator at the attached location who is not poisoned must set aside poisoned weakness into play into his or her threat area. Instead, discard Poisonous Spores. Alright. And Jacqueline will get Pit Viper. Oh man. It's a 3/1/3 forced. After the Pit Viper deals you damage from its attack, if you are not poisoned, put a set aside poisoned weakness into play in your threat area. Alright. Well, at least we are going to get to evade the Pit Viper. And the problem is the Pit Viper is going to be here, and we want to get the clues. And this is where our victory point is, but we have no way of really getting all the clues right now. Alright, well, we'll do what we can. Alright, so, action 1. Wini is going to engage the Pit Viper. Action 2, she's going to evade the Pit Viper, committing manual dexterity and quick thinking. So she is at a... Oh, and we'll put 3 resources from Gregory Gry into this. So we're at a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 3. And then we're using Jacqueline's ability here. Alright, we get elder sign, -5, and a skull. Well, we will definitely take the elder sign, because that lets us get the manual dexterity and the quick thinking back into our hand. Alright, we get the 3 resources from Gregory Gry. We get our action back from the quick thinking. We were at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we get +1, 10. So we succeeded by 6. So we will exhaust the Lucky Cigarette case. Look at the top 6 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have Lucky Cigarette case. We're looking for lockpicks. We did not get a lockpicks or an intel report. What would we grab from these cards? Unfortunately, none of these are the ones that we're really looking for right now. I'm going to grab a nimble, just because movement could be king later on. I draw 2 cards from... Oh, I didn't even draw a card from when I committed. That's why I committed 2 cards. Wow, playing Wini all kinds of wrong. It's been a couple weeks. Well, we won't try to fix it now. Okay, we get to draw 2 cards from the manual dexterity. We get Veda Whitsley. And we get an opportunist. Alright. Having Veda down would actually be really useful. So we'll spend a resource to put her down. We have charisma, so that's okay. And then we will exhaust her. Look at the top of the Explore deck and see what we get. Okay, this is the River Canyon. It does connect to where we're at. So I think we want to go ahead and go there. So we will use the free action on the Expedition Journal to explore getting the River Canyon. So the River Canyon is 4 Shroud, 2 Clues. Heal 1 damage for an investigator at River Canyon. Check your supplies if you have a canteen. Heal 2 additional damage. And then we shuffle a encounter into the Explorer deck. So there's 2 in there. Alright, she's got 1 last action. We will probably just draw a card. The card I should have drawn earlier. We could explore, actually. Yeah, let's explore. Why not? Alright. So, we're going to explore. We're looking for things that connect to the green triangle. Oops, we get a snake bite. Alright. Alright, Snakebite is test 3 agility. If you fail, you must either deal 5 damage to an ally asset you control or take 1 direct damage. If you are not poisoned, put a set-aside poison weakness into play in your threat area. We're not doing that. We have allies that we can sacrifice to this. However, I think we're just going to beat it. So we'll put 3 in from Gregory Gry. We will do a manual dexterity. We'll do an opportunist. Let me see if that's right for Gregory Gry. We're at 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we got a -3, 6, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I think we have good odds of succeeding by 3. And we get to draw a card, because that's how Winnie works. Okay, we got a pilfer. Nice. Very expensive for us to afford. We need Chuck out, but we should be able to use that to get those clues off of the rainforest. Okay, and we get an auto fail, of course, because no one can step on a rake like a rogue. Alright. Okay. Jacqueline will spend 3 resources to put out Arbiter of Fates. Let's first action. Second action, she will use Arbiter of Fates and she will investigate. She is even. She's going to take a flyer on this. Because if she can get one, then probably Winnie can pick up the other two with Pilfer. So, revealing 3. -5, -2, and an Elder thing. Well, we'll take the -2 and fail. And then for her last action, she will just move to the River Kingdom. When he draws the moon, Jacqueline draws Deny Existence. 2 of 5 doom. Winnie will get Best Laid Plans. You must either lose 2 actions, shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into the exploration deck. She will lose 2 actions. That free explore from the Expedition Journal will come in handy here. And then Jacqueline will get Ants. Test 4 agility. For each point you fail by, discard a random card from your hand or choose a card and discard a card from your play area. And she has 2 agility. So that is no good. We can just choose to discard cards from our hand and then deny existence on it. So yeah, we'll just take it straight up. She is at 2v4. Alright. She gets the skull, which is worth -1. She fails. She will deny existence on the card loss. We will use Veda to look at the Explorer deck. And we get Time-Racked Woods, which connects here. This is where we want to go. It's a 4-shroud, 4-clue location. It's got victory point 1, and you can take 2 actions to choose non-elite card worth vengeance points in the victory display and place that card in the encounter discard pile. Group limit once per game, and this is basically all the clues that we need between this and there. There's another victory point, but I'm not so worried about it. We'll just get what we get and go. I think Winnie will just use her free explore with the Expedition Journal to put that into play. Does that connect down here? It does not. Here we can pilfer, but we would pilfer next turn when Jacqueline's at our location, and we can be sure to get everything. So I don't want to play down the moon because the moon can give because then we won't have enough resources to pilfer. So I think we'll just draw a card, and it means we're gonna have to get rid of one, but shuffle one counter card into the exploration deck. Basically, we just need to go for cluing spells for Jacqueline. I don't think we even worry about putting more locations out into play. Alright, so last action, when he draws a card. And it's lockpicks. Okay, well, that's super good. Alright, Jacqueline is going to action 1 move. Action 2, she's going to spend her 2 resources to play Robes of Endless Night, which may not be the best plan, but because at this point I just want to find a spell and get it, and she has no more resources now to play a spell if she gets it, but it already gets her discount. So we'll go ahead and it gives her some damage, so maybe she doesn't need it. But anyway, she will draw a card. It is Voice of Ra. I wish I had drawn instead of playing the robes, because that Voice of Ra would come in. I could play it now and get her her ability for it. Winnie will draw. Opportunist. She has to drop a card. Realistically, I think we'll just drop the Opportunist. Alright, Jacqueline gets another Robes of Endless Night. Redo. Winnie gets Basilisk. Okay, so it's 4/4/4. Prey is nearest to the mouth of Kenyon. It's a hunter. After a pillar token is placed on the mouth of Kenyon, shuffle one copy of Basilisk into the encounter deck max once per round. It's a vengeance of 2. Let's engage with Winnie. Okay, and then we get Ants again for Jacqueline. That's bad. It's really bad. We're just gonna have to drop some cards. Hope we don't drop our shoveling. Alright. We're going at 2v4. We'll actually commit the Robes of Endless Night. 3v4. And she gets a 0, so we just drop one card at random from her hand. Okay, she drops the Guts. Some card draw I wanted. Okay. Alright, so Winnie's going to go first. She's going to evade the Basilisk. She is at 5v4. She will commit the Backstab and the Quick Thinking. Which gets her to 5, 6, 7 v4. We want to succeed by 2. I'm not going to put any money off Grigori Gry because I want to use it. I want to do that with the lockpicks anyway. So we are at 7v2. First action. 7v4. Draw in 3. Oh, we get to draw a card. We get to watch this. Okay, cool. We're using Arbiter of Fates. We get -2, auto fail, and -2, which means that we fail because we have to pull the 2 -2. So that's no good. Oh man. Do I really want to commit the Watch This to this? And the Nimble? Those are 2 really good cards. No, I don't. Alright, so we're just going to use Jacqueline's ability. Second action, we're just going to evade. We're up by 1. Three tokens. -2, 0, and -1. We'll take the 0. Which lets us succeed by 1. We'll exhaust Lucky Cigar Case to draw a card, which will be Reckless. Okay, that's terrible. This guy is evaded. My question is there any way Get rid of Reckless? I don't think so. So we'll spend 3 resources to put down lockpicks. That's going to be our best way to get rid of Reckless. That is... Oh! We could pilfer. Can we beat a pilfer test? We'd be at 5... No, it's not worth it. Okay, yeah, so we'll do the lockpicks. Jacqueline could just, play down the shriveling to kill the basilisk, and then we could do the actions to, shuffle it back in. But it doesn't seem amazing. And we've used her ability, so we're not going to do Voice of Ra. We'll, you can actually draw a card. We get Deny Existence. We will draw a card, which is Clairvoyance. Okay, and then we will take a resource, and next round we will actually be able to play Clairvoyance. We can have the Basilisk re-engage either one. We're going to make it do Wini. And she lost her 2 resources from Reckless. Because life is fair. We're going to actually tap, before all this, we'll tap Beta just to look at the top. The encounter deck. It is an Apex Strangleweed. Okay, so that does influence me. Not incredibly, but it's good to know. Winnie will draw an intel report. Get some resources, that'll be good. And we get Relic of Ages. Jackie. Here at 4 or 5 Doom, we get the Apex Strangleweed, which is a 3/6/3. Alert, retaliate. After Epic Strangleweed makes an attack of opportunity against you, check your supplies. If you do not have Pocket Knife, lose all remaining actions in your turn. So victory 1, so we definitely want to kill it. And then Jacqueline will get Resentful Wilds. Take 1 horror and attach Resentful Wilds to the nearest location without a copy of Resentful Wilds attached. First, after you successfully explore an attached location, add Resentful Wilds to the victory display. So this is a blank for us. Oh, this horror should have gone away a long time ago. Okay, so she does take a horror. Alright, Jacqueline will go first. She's going to take first action. She will exhaust Robes of Endless Night. Spend 2 resources to put out Shriveling. She will exhaust Arbiter of Fate and Shrivel the Apex Strangleweed. She's at 5, 6, 7 to beat 3. Alright, she gets 0. Elder Thing and -1. Take the 0. That's 2 damage. Onto the Apex Strangleweed, and for her last action, she will engage the Basilisk with the plan to deny existence on the damage. Winnie just needs to spend her turn trying to clear this silly Reckless. Alright, so she's going to engage, she's going to evade the Apex Strangleweed. She's at 5v3. She will commit Reckless to this. To 0. So she succeeds by 2. We could use the Lucky Cigarette case. But I think we're going to do better off if we do that with the lockpicks. Action 2, the Reckless is gone. Alright, lockpicks. We are at 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 4. we will use Jacqueline's ability. It's 8 to beat 4. Oh, and we'll do 3 off Gregory Gry. Yeah, I really want to make sure I smash this. We're going to commit a Relic of Ages to this as well. Because I want to succeed by 3 to get the resources. It's really important to get the resources for this. And the more I succeed by, the more I can use Lucky Cigarette Keys for. Alright. So we're 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 4. Drawing 3 tokens. 0, Elder Thing, and Elder Thing. So we'll take the 0. So we were at 11 before. We succeeded by 7. We'll exhaust the Lucky Cigarette Case. It'd be great to find Chuck, honestly. We also get the 3 resources from Gregory Gry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And here's all these, but we already know I'm taking Chuck. Alright. We got a clue. Last action, we'll spend 4 resources, or 3 resources, to play Chuck over Gregory Gry. We will also look at top card of the encounter deck. See that it is Voice of the Jungle. Put into your threat area. At the end of your turn, if you do not successfully explore, take 1 horror. Test 3 willpower if you succeed. Discard Voice of the Jungle. It's going to go on Wini. She doesn't mind. I think we're going to be wrapping this up fairly soon. We're going to exhaust Chuck and use his ability to discount a card and play it for a free trigger to play a sneak attack. And we will do that on the Apex Strangleweed. We only need to do 2 more damage next turn, and we can get out of here. And then the Basilisk attacks Jacqueline, who will play Deny Existence to not take the damage. Okay, Winnie will draw Hatchet Man. I would have come in useful last turn. Jacqueline will draw Guts. Okay. Agenda advances. I'll be alone. After exploring the rainforest for hours, you reach the top of a steep ridge from which you can see much of the surrounding area. Uncanny winged creatures caw at you from above, circling over the cavern entrance like vultures waiting for their meal. From this vantage point, you may be able to see approaching threats as they traverse the brush below. If only you had something to help you see further. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, and then the lead investigator chooses 1 investigator to be the group's lookout. We're looking for see who has binoculars, which is Winnie. So Winnie will say that she is the lookout. If the lookout has binoculars, he or she is able to see the creatures approaching and avoid it, and the lookout suffers no ill effects. Alright, and now we are on to Setting Sun. The day advances quickly. Through the quick canopy of trees, you can tell that the sun is starting to sink closer to the horizon. To the east, the sky grows dim. Soon the jungle will be covered in darkness, and you'll have to stop and make camp for the night. And you can take an action to explore. 5 doom threshold. We have to shuffle all these together. So, looking ahead with beta did nothing. Who many draws? Basilisk. Oh, wow, that made things very rough. Jacqueline will draw Pit Viper. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Pit Viper up here. This just got really bad. Let's exhaust Veda. Top of the encounter deck. We get Ants. Okay, we are going to cancel that. Putting horror on Veda. Okay. Definitely have no desire to mess with that. Okay, action 1 is Winnie is going to evade the basilisk, committing Watch This and Hatchet Man. We're not going to plan to do damage, but we just want to commit 2 cards. Put 2 resources on Watch This. So we're at 5, 6, 7 to beat 4. We want to succeed by 1. We draw Slip Away. So we will definitely exhaust Arbiter of Fate. We need these resources. This has really got to work. Alright, we get a skull, a -2, and a -5. Skull is worth -1, so we'll take that. Okay, we get the 2 resources off of Watch This. Yeah, it brings us up to 4 resources. Hatchet Man goes off. Basilisk is evaded. Okay. We succeeded by how many? We were at 5, 6, 7, 6. We'll exhaust Loki Cigarette Case to draw. Let's look at the top 2 cards and draw 1. We have 3 aces and a nimble. Okay. Take the nimble. Okay. We will exhaust Chuck. We will reduce the cost and make it free. To make it fast, I should say, to play Pilfer. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. Backing up. Action 2, we will engage the Pit Viper. Action 3, we're going to evade the Pit Viper 2 up. Well, we could compel for next round. Okay. So for this last action. Ooh, no, I've got it. Okay. We will, so we did the evade, we did the engage. We're going to use Chuck, exhaust Chuck. We're going to play Slip Away, making it fast and free. We're evading at 8v3. And yes, we'll use her ability. So I'm going to succeed by 2. Hopefully we can pull this off. We'll get -2, 0. Okay, we'll pick the 0. We succeeded by 2. So we'll put a marker. The Pit Viper will not ready during this upkeep. We have one last action, and we will do Ye Olde Engage the Basilisk. Okay. Jacqueline will use her... Oh, we already used all her stuff. Okay. We're just going to take a shot with Shriveling at the Apex Strangleweed. We're at 5, 6, 7, beat 3. We're going to commit Guts. Up by a lot. We just want the card draw. Okay, she gets a 0. So she succeeds by 2 or more. Apex Strangleweed goes to the victory display. She'll draw 2 cards from Guts. She gets 4 Cups and Olive McBride. Okay, next action. She will move here. She'll spend 2 to play Olive. The Pit Viper is not ready. We take 2 damage from the Basilisk, put 1 on Chuck and 1 on Beta. And this Basilisk engages Wini. Winnie gets 3 aces. Jacqueline gets Arcane Initiate. About time. One of 5 Doom. Let's wrap it up. Winnie draws a Pit Viper. Dear me, this is bad. And Jacqueline will get Poisonous Spores. That is actually really terrible because that was like the safe spot for Winnie to go to. All right, Jacqueline will go first. Action 1. She's going to do the torches. Or no, the compass. Alright, so we're looking at the top 3 cards of the Explore deck. Place 1 on the bottom, and the other 2 on top. Okay, so we have a Best Laid Plans, we have an Apex Strangleweed, and the Waterfall. The Waterfall connects to this location and that location. And this location. Okay, so we'll put the Waterfall on top. And the Apex Strangleweed below it. That's action 1. We will, action 2, we will explore to pull out the Waterfall, which is a 4-shot 2-clue location, and it has a free reaction trigger when you investigate Waterfall. Check your supplies. If the investigator has rope, which they don't, then you reduce the shroud. After you fail a skill test while investigating, you have to discard 1 random card from your hand, and it is connected to all of these locations. She's there. She's going to then, for her last action, we will use her, Arbiter of Fates will play Voice of Ra, and we'll do Olive McBride. So we're going to reveal 5 tyranno tokens. The last one will be Olive. So here we go. 5 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Olive. Oh, she gets a resource from playing Voice of Ra right away. And then Olive, it will be the last one. We get to pick 2 of these. 2, 3. Okay, we'll pick those 2. The Elder Thing and the Skull. And that'll give us 4 resources for a total of 5 resources. Alright, now Winnie's just got to get extraordinarily lucky here. She's doing a bunch of evades up by not very much. Or we can just forgo that victory point, which I think is what we have to do. But we'll try it. Actually, we do not have to forgo the victory points. Okay, nope, because I have a plan. Okay, we're going to evade the Pit Viper, action 1. up by 2. And we get Elder Thing, which is -3 if you fail to take 1 horror. Alright, so we take a horror. We're going to do it again. Action 2, we're evading. Up by 2. Auto fail. Okay, action 3, we're going to commit 3 aces and nimble. To be up by 4, we get to draw a card. We will get another lockpick. This is our last action. We're evading the pit viper. We're at 5, 6, 7 to beat 3. Okay, that is a -1. So we succeed by... We were at 7, 8. It's evaded. We succeed by how many? We succeed by 3. We'll exhaust Lucky Cigarette Case to look at the top 3 cards. We an Arrogance, Sneak Attack, and Lucky Cigarette Case. None of those are particularly useful for what we're trying to do. I guess we're going to take the Lucky Cigarette Case. Just we have willpower. I don't really know. Alright, we're going to exhaust Chuck, and we're going to play Pilfer. Spending 4 resources to paying the full price because we're going to take the agility boost on Pilfer. And we're going to commit Nimble. We don't have any other agility icons to this. We don't take Attack of Opportunity because it is fast. So we are at 5, 6, 7, 8. Beat 4. We have to succeed by 2 or else we're going to have a bad day. -1. Okay. So we do succeed by 2. We're going to get the Pilfer back in our hand at the end of the turn. We get a free move from the Nimble. We could go on down to this Pit Viper, but we don't want to. So that's decent enough. Okay, and then she takes 4 damage from the 2 Basilisks. So we will put 1 on Veda. You know what? I'm going to exhaust Veda just to look and see what we got coming, which is okay, the Feathered Serpent. Do we have a Mysterious Scepter? I don't remember getting a Mysterious Scepter. Yes, Jacqueline has the Mysterious Scepter. Okay. So this is the Feathered Serpent. It's X33. X is the number of pillar tokens in the mouth of Kinyon. While X is 3 or higher, Feathered Serpent gains Alert and Hunter. Evade. You can check your supplies. If you have a Mysterious Scepter, you automatically evade the Serpent and command it to deal its damage to another enemy at its location. So we can probably deal with that. Alright. So we put 1 damage on Veda. We will take 3 damage on Wini. Oh, we also got these 3 clues, which means we need to advance. And we have to we'll spend all of Wini's clues, leaving Jacqueline with 2. Okay. And so we get the Winged Serpent. He's a 4/4. Spawns in the mouth of Kinyon. He's Hunter Massive. Cannot be defeated. Cannot make an opportunity. There's 5 or more damage on this enemy. After a pillar token is placed in the mouth of Kinyon, heal all damage from this enemy and exhaust it. It is not ready during the upkeep phase of this round. So he goes here. So we should have read this act, which is opening the maw. You have discovered that the ruins within the jungle each bear a distinct pattern of glyphs, which match those found on the 6 pillars. As you turn the pillars to match those patterns, a serpentine creature descends from the clouds. And then investigators at Mouth of Kinyon can spend 2 clues. As a group, you solve 1 piece of the puzzle. Add 1 resource to the Mouth of Kinyon as a pillar token. Objective: solve the puzzle. 6 pillars in order to enter Kinyon. If there are 6 pillars tokens on the Mouth of Kinyon, advance to Act 2B. Right. And Winnie will get the feathered serpent, as we knew she would. And Jacqueline will get best laid plans. You must either lose 2 actions or shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into the exploration deck. We will do that. We'll shuffle this into the exploration deck. We're not planning to explore anymore anyway, so it's fine. Exhaust Veda. Look at the top card. It is ants. Yeah, we'll give her a horror and stop that. We don't really want to mess with ants. Okay. Alright, Jackie's going to go first. She will use an action to do the Feathered Serpent, which does damage to this basilisk. Which is fine. She will put down the Arcane Initiate. We will put 2 horror on her. We'll exhaust her to look at the top 3 cards. We have a Crystal Pendulum, an Astral Travel, and an Olive Bride. We will take the Astral Travel. And she will engage the injured basilisk for her last action. Alright, Winnie is going to evade at 5v4. We will use Arbiter of Fates. We'll get 1, 2, 3. We will take the +1, which lets her exhaust look in the cigarette case. She succeeded by 2. We'll look at the top 2 cards. We have a Gregory Gry and a Backstab. We'll take the Backstab. Action 2. She will move in. Maybe we don't move into this location yet. No, we will. Okay. She'll move in, and Pit Viper's on her. And then she'll evade committing the Backstab. She's up by 3. Zero. Okay. So the Pit Viper is evaded. Alright. Jacqueline takes a damage on herself and a damage on the robes from the basilisk. And this guy has to hear. This re-engages her. When he draws anything you can do better and a resource, Jacqueline draws Water Protection. 3 doom. We're getting close. Okay. So, when he gets Pitfall, you must either test a 3 agility to jump the gap. For each point filled by, take 1 damage, or you can shuffle it into the exploration deck. We are going to put it in the exploration deck. Jacqueline will get another Feathered Serpent to join the other. Okay. And then at the end of the mythos, she will exhaust Arcane Initiate. The top 3 cards. She has Storm Spirits, a Voice of Ra, and the Crystal Pendulum. I guess we'll take the Storm Spirits for want of anything else. I don't know that we really want to do just all that kind of murder. Alright, Winnie will go first. First action, she's going to evade, committing anything you can do better. Make sure she nails this evade. So she is at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These versus 3. Okay, that's a -3 with the Elder Sign. The reason I committed all of that is because I want to make sure I can pick up. I want to make sure I get the evade, and I want to pick up an agility so that I can play this pilfer and get 3 clues and be able to do it fast. Alright, so we evaded Pit Viper. And we succeeded. We were at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8. We succeeded by 5. So look at the top 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking for agility icons. Oh, okay. We'll take the quick thinking. I think we could take the. See, I'll show you what we got. We had these cards. Quick thinking. If we get an extra action, would be amazing. The manual dexterity, it would be good, but I think we're going to be okay. Alright, so action 2, she is going to investigate with lockpicks, committing quick thinking and intel report. Actually, her other lockpicks, yeah. I'm just doing that for the card draw, and I want to make sure I get it by 2. So we're at 8, 9, 10 versus 3. We get to draw a card. She gets 3 aces. Second action. We would just love to get the free action here. Zero. Okay, cool. So we do get the free action from quick thinking. We do get the clue. Okay, and now we will exhaust Chuck, spending 2, getting the boost. So we are at 5, 6, 7 on Pilfer. Commit the 3 aces to be 8, so we're at 8b3. Get 0. Okay, so we get the Pilfer back in our hand. We get all 3 cards, or all 3 clues. And we have one more action. We will move here. Jacqueline has her actions. So how much damage can she take? Kill the Arcane Initiate, kill the Robes, kill the Olive. Alright, well, action 1, she will evade the Feathered Serpent, and we'll do another damage to the same Basilisk, because why not? Then, if she plays Astral Travel, she will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. That's not amazing. I mean, that would, yeah, she would be dead. Does she have any way to evade Basilisk? Not without committing Astral Travel. Which is what we need. We'd have to get a +1. Alright, well, action 2, we'll evade the other Feathered Serpent. And we'll do a damage to this Basilisk, because we're not going to kill it. We don't want to give it vengeance. The idea being that hopefully, well, no, we'll put it here just in case. Too bad Astral Travel isn't elusive. I think she's just going to pass her last action. And then she takes 4 damage. She'll put a damage on the robes to kill it. She'll take 3 damage on herself. And 2 basilisks. And these guys re-engage her. Winnie takes the damage in horror, which she'll put on herself. The good news is all the pit vipers are out, so Winnie won't get a pit viper, which would be the thing that could lock her down from being able to get to the mouth of Kenyon and finish with her 4 clues. Winnie will draw, sneak by, get a resource. Jacqueline will draw, shriveling. We're at 4 doom. Winnie will get pitfall. She will shuffle that in. And Jacqueline gets snake bite. She will spend 1 resource, take a horror, and cancel that with order protection. Of course, she could have just sacrificed Olive. Alright, action 1, Winnie moves. Action 2, she spends 2 clues. Right, this is, it's up here, right? 2 clues. Yeah, you solve and you put 1, and then and then action 3. We will put, so we put 2 on here, spending all of her clues. And we win, and wow. We get to advance. So we get entering Kenyon. With a deep rumble that shakes the ground outside, something inside the cavern shifts. In a distinct sequence, the 6 obelisks slowly descend into the ground, twisting and turning. The serpent creature that guarded the cavern lets out a shriek of anger and hate before flying off and vanishing behind the tree line. One by one, the stone pillars disappear into the dirt, and the earth stops shaking. We get R1. And for victory points, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we don't get to spend them yet. So, whew, boy, that was stressful. It was really stressful with all these enemies on her. It was just amazing. I was going to use astral travel to get her to the mouth of Kenyon, because if she could just spend a clue, she could have gotten rid of one of these enemies, these basilisks. But the thing is, she would have taken too much in tax of opportunity. It's too bad that the astral travel gives you tax of opportunity. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't as stressful for you, or maybe you like stress. That would be fine. But I will see you next time on Winging It.